Hi, Wagon Wheel family. My name is Kate Loprest. I spent 2 summers at the Wagon Wheel Theater, summer of 2004 and 2005. My first show at Wagon Wheel in 2004 was Kiss Me Kate. I played Bianca. I believe you all just celebrated doing Kiss Me Kate again last year for the first time in 20 years. And that summer we did Mame. I played Gloria Upson, and I was in Cats. The next summer, 2005, we started with Annie Get Your Gun. We did Pirates of Penzance. I played Lois Lane in It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. And my last show at Wagon Wheel, I played Kathy Selden in Singin' in the Rain in the summer of 2005. I would like to say that I have the special distinction of being the only person in the world to play the role of Lois Lane in 2 different productions that both happened at the Wagon Wheel Theater in the summer of 2004 and then in 2005. In Kiss Me Kate, she plays the character of Bianca, but her real name, the actress, is Lois Lane. In It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, the woman's name is Lois Lane. I think that makes me special, and probably Roy Hine a secret genius. I think that 2 things have really shaped who I am as a professional actor over the course of my 25-year career at this point. The first one is going to college at the University of Michigan, and the second one, without a doubt, were those 7 shows, 2 summers that I did at Wagon Wheel Theater. There, as with many things, but especially with the performing arts, there's a difference between learning them and reading a book about it and getting to apply those skills. We weren't training at the Wagon Wheel Theater. We received knowledge and I guess some training, but we were working. We had to learn what it was like to do a show 8 times a week and then learn another one during the day. We had to learn what it was like to help build the sets. We had to learn how to support ourselves and our other cast members when we would go from being the lead in one show to being in the ensemble of the next one. And I carry the lessons that Scott and Roy and Mike and Jen every single day. There's not a theater process that I don't go through that I don't say faster, funnier. I think that came out of Roy's mouth like day 1, minute 1. The scope of American theater today is oftentimes a very, very fast process of learning to do a show in less than 10 days, sometimes 5. I put up a show in 5 days, twice last year. I would not be able to do these gigs successfully in front of audiences for my castmates in a professional setting if I hadn't learned these skills when I was 20 years old at Wagon Wheel Theater. I say this truthfully, and my family and the people that know me best, I say this from the bottom of my heart. The time I spent at Wagon Wheel was the best time I have ever had in my life, and I miss it terribly. One of my favorite things about being a Wagon Wheel alum is that it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving, in that no matter where I'm working, in New York or all over the country, I'll ask somebody, a cast member who's new to me, tell me about you, where are you from, where'd you train, and inevitably it'll come up. Someone will say, oh, I worked at this small summer theater in Indiana, and I'll say, oh, I know who you are, like you're a close friend. Those people and I get to be very close and kindred spirits because I know who they are, I know what their training is, I know that they're good, and we share this special bond that we are Wagon Wheel alum. Something that is also really special to me is that my parents and my family have just as sweet memories as I do of working at Wagon Wheel Theater. They used to, my mom and my dad and my sister and my grandparents, when they were alive, they used to come down to Indiana. I'm from the Chicagoland area. They would drive down, they would see the show, they would meet everybody, they could be at the cast party, and they acknowledge that it was a special time in my life, in so much that my dad retired this year. Congratulations. And for many years, he said, the first thing I do when I retire is I want to sit on the board at the Wagon Wheel Theater. So I'm happy and proud to say, congrats, Dad. Please welcome Wagon Wheel Theater's newest board member, my dad, Bud Loprest. The last thing I want to do is I want to thank all of you for being here tonight to support the Wagon Wheel Theater. And I want you to know that this is a special place. The Wagon Wheel Theater auditions all over the United States every year for their summer theater, for their 5 shows that they do. And they end up with less than 2 dozen of the best people that they can find to fit the roles of these shows. And those people have gone on to work on Broadway, in film, television, constantly in regional theater, playing in bands as well, working electrics, they're backstage. These are some of the best people working in the industry, have come out of Wagon Wheel Theater, and that is grown and fostered right here in Warsaw, Indiana. You have something really special. The people who have worked there know it, the industry knows it, and New York City knows it. Thank you so much for lending your time and support. Thank you. Have a great night.